Here, you'll see all 397 of my figures, and all of my vehicles too. I'll go through every single section, piece by piece. These are my Marines. In the back, we have the old gen Halo Wars Marines. I have 7 of those. I have 1 Halo 2 Marine and 6 Halo 3 Marines. I have 10 new generation Halo Wars Marines and 10 Halo 4 and 5 Marines. Then we have the others, such as the Flame Marines and the pilots and MPDs and officers. But in total, this makes 53 Marines. Then there's the ODSTs, no one really cares about these, right? Yeah, I got 17 of those. These are my custom insurrectionists with the Call of Duty dog. I thought I would add that for some reason. And then we have my 2 flood figures. I have 1 leg of this. I don't know where it went. And then my poor excuse of a Forerunner collection. Or a Promethean collection, I mean. So, that's my collection of Marines, ODSTs, and other things. Next are the gummies and aviators. So, in the back, there are 9 fallen or infected, whatever the faithful versus fallen are, and whatever you want to call them. One was put aside for a different showcase, so we'll get to that in a minute. Next, we have all 7 of my active camo figures. We have, let's see, 1 commando, 1 recon, 1 rogue, 1 air assault, well, actually 2 air assault, 1 brute captain, or, yeah, and 1 jackal. I was unfortunate enough to get 3 Captain Cutter figures. One of them has a deformed hand, and yeah, it's just not a figure I ever see myself using. Next are the 3 gummy-like figures from Spartan Tribute Pack. I added the glow-in-the-dark one just because I didn't have another place for him. So in total, that is 22 gummy-type figures, or active cam, or whatever the hell you want to call them. I don't like the name gummies, but it's what everybody calls them, so yeah, let's go with that. Let's go with gummies, you know. God fucking damn it. Next are all 5 of my aviators with me in front, because fuck you. So let's start with these. So this one, the white one, came in a Halo Championship pack, the only one of its kind, really. It came with like 4 teams and 4 different colors. Not bad for figure collecting. Next one, it looks like it came from the Quadwalker, but I actually painted that visor red. That one came from, I believe, Foxtrot blind bags. It's not a bad figure. These 2 came from eBay, but I believe they're both originally from Fire Teams. Got them for about $5 each. And then I came in a 2-figure variety pack with like custom armor and stuff, and that's how I got the soldier chest piece. So that's only 5. Kind of sad, but I'll get more. I'm only missing 1 tan aviator, and then I believe I'll have all of them. Next, we have my Spartans. Now, this is the largest collection in my collection. So let's start in the back, as usual. So in the back, we have 8 of the original stock green Mark IVs. I mean, goddamn, I love those so much. But in total, I have 28 old Mark IVs, which counts the Spartan Tribute Pack. For other old gens, such as the Scout, EOD, and EVAs and what on, I have 7 of those. I have 20 red New Generation Spartans. I mean, you know, red is my favorite. And I decided to, just to make this easier, I added all the blues in one listing just because there's so many shades of blue. I mean, you don't see like a brick color except for my figure. But like, I mean, come on, let's do more brick color. It's a nice color. So, for all of the new gen blues, I have 27. For new gen yellows and oranges, because I only have 2 oranges, because well, I mean, you know, they don't really make that many oranges. I mean, I have 2 more back there, but they're old gen. So, we have 14 of those. For new gen greens, which is all the shades of green you see here, we have 15. I'm sorry, I'm fucking dyslexic. For new gen grays and blacks, just because I only have duplicates of that for black. You know, they're so prominent, I don't know what to do with it. So, of those, I have 12. And then for the rest, I have 5 extra ones. Oh yeah, and the silver is kind of just gray, so just to specify. For all the official chief figures I have 7 that aren't duplicates. I have a duplicate golden one, and I put that on my shelf because it looks interesting. I want to get the statue Halo 5 chief from the commercials, but I don't seem to have a chance of finding that anymore. I have a bunch of Foxtrot bags, but just never got lucky enough, I guess. Next, we have the Covenant. I don't actually have that many Covenant figures, and I'm going to again blame Mega, just because they don't really make that many sets for Covenant figures. They sprinkle them in UNSC sets, you know, here or there. But I mean, I have basically the same amount of Covenant, all the species combined, as I do Spartans, which makes no sense. So, starting in the back, we have the old Gen Elites. They're not the oldest generation, because if you can see, the mandibles are not combined or connected. Oh, he's just gonna. Alright, he's good. He's good. We're all good people. And all of the ones I have are split lipped. Ooh, I can't say that. So, for all the old Gen Elites, I think I'm combining those as well. And those. I have 16. For the new Gen Elite Miners, 11. For the new Gen Elite Pilots, we have 4. Zealots, Commanders, etc., we have 13. In total, I have 44 Elites. Now, I don't even have half as many Brutes. I have 5 old Gen Brutes over there, which I got off eBay. Pretty nice. And then for Halo 3 Brutes, I also have 5. Yeah, I'm seeing a pattern I don't like here. And then for Banished Brutes, which they seem to have a bias over, and even though I hate these so goddamn much, there's something that irks me. Look at this motherfucker. He came in like a $70 set. This is what I got. For a $70 set with like 2 figures. It's awful. It's awful. I hate you. Die. Anyway. I have 8 Banished Brutes, which means my total brute count comes up to 18. Not very impressive. Oh, it's grunt time. And the poor goddamn grunts have gone through so many changes in Mega's history. Coming with these guys. These adorable, horrible things. I only say they're horrible because of the articulation and the fact that most of them are deformed. Like, these heads are so tiny they just pop out sometimes. The arms sometimes just don't move, and the legs don't sit on 2 pegs correctly. Yeah, not great. I have 7 of those. With the, I don't even know how to list these because it's not new or old or whatever. I have 8 oldish grunts, which came out with like the Halo 4 sets. They're not awful, but some of the hands come off and whatnot. I especially like these guys. The, I don't know what they're called, like heavies, I guess. And then we got a wave of these pretty decent grunts, including these guys. I have, well, in total, 8 of the newer-ish grunt models. But the problem here is, they redid this. You see, these both came around the same time. This came with the aerial attack, and this came out of I think it's a blind bag. I think that's where it came from. And you see how different this is. This has like 2 parts for this. This has 3. Comes with the silver part and then the side. This you cannot remove the mask. This you can. There's no hole on here. There is a hole on here. And they did this starting with the I believe it's the Yap Yap hero for Halo Wars 2, which makes no sense. Why would they add these if they're not going to add, like, I don't know. I would love, like, a top hat for a grunt. That would be amazing. But no, it's just a wasted opportunity. So in total, I have 23 grunts. For jackals, well, I mean, they don't really come in many sets. I have 5. That's the hero's jackal. It's super articulated. Looks like garbage. Can't say much different about these 4. Their quality is horrible. Their articulation is moderate. And they look like they want to die. So do I. So in total, 5. Drones. Oh man, these guys. I think they're the first species or figure that they got right the first time. I believe they first came out in the, I'm not sure what it was called, but it came with a truck and George in a Reach set. They're not bad. I just wish they came in more colors. So in total, I have 7. Hunters. Now, hunters have only gone through, like, I'd say a total of 3 phases. So the first phase, I don't have any of the first phase hunters, which were like the Halo Wars hunters that came out when, like, the Wolverine sets. I have parts of them because I got some from a friend, but never a full hunter. This one came from the Firebase set. It's not bad. It's a Halo 4 or 5 model. And then these 2 came from the new Warthog run, which is a pretty good set. These are super articulated, in quotation marks. I'm not gonna lie to you, they're not really that good in articulation. But, I mean, you know, they come with the joints that the other newer figures have. But the legs are really the problem here. They're not really what I would call Halo 3 model, even though they put them in a Halo 3 set. But I like them nonetheless. I only have 3 of them. Second to last are all my customs, in the order I painted them. Well, not all of them are painted. So, these 2 were my first customs. They might look good now, but they didn't always look like that. Well, that one doesn't look like good. That it looks like shit, as I set it on fire like 5 times. But this one, it came in a more darkerish blue, and it looked awful. So we repainted it that light teal, and it looks pretty nice. It's more of an aquamarine. Either way. Moving on. We have that guy, which I also repainted. Still looks... I believe he was yellow. It's obviously a JFO, so he came from Foxtrot, I believe. Then we have a blue zealot with a orange scratch on his eye. Looks pretty good. Another JFO. I made a video on him, so I'm not even going to talk about it. Looks awful. This one, I think, looks pretty good. I just need to go over it. It looks way too glossy. That is supposed to be a copy of a Heroes figure. It's one of Majestic's members. I don't remember which one it is. Oh no, it's Madsen. But He looks okay-ish. I know you can't really see him behind the ground, and I'm too lazy to get him out, but anyway. Then we just have a blue Mark 6 that used to be white. He came in the HCS set. I'm just like, well, I already have another white Mark 6, so I don't really need one. This was my first custom molding. Came out okay. It was supposed to be a Reach Zealot, I believe. This was just an abomination I made after I lost another figure. This, I believe, is supposed to be an Enclave figure, like Fallout 3. I don't remember if it's supposed to be like the base armor for the power armor, but yeah, it looks pretty good in my opinion. I'm I'm not really sure. I don't remember which helmet I based it off of, just because I haven't played Fallout in like months now. And then we have the SPI armor. I think this one came out pretty good. I did this on stream, I believe. Base helmet is a Hermes. Then we have this drone, because I complain that there aren't too many colored drones. It all, in my opinion, it all looks good except for the wings, I wish I didn't touch the wings as much. He was just because I was lazy. It looks okay, I guess. Now this guy, battle damaged. I'm a pretty big fan of this one. If you can see the back, he has spikes going through his, well, not really his ribs, but somewhere close to that. He's got blood everywhere. A little wash, not too much. If you were to look at the back, there would be a lot of scratches on there because, you know, I have a lot of pent-up anger. It's a good way to take it out. I believe this was supposed to be a Grunt Ultra, which just turned to shit. I painted his nails. I got a lot of praise for this one. It looks okay. I believe it's supposed to be a Brute Warlord, and I was just sick and tired of seeing all these nasty gray Banish Recruits. I also got a lot of praise for this one. I like this one too. Everybody says it's like dark gray, but it's actually a metallic blue. If I could find the bag of paints I have, I would tell you which color it is exactly, but I don't really know where it is. Next is probably my last full custom, really. It was this chief, like, it was a cryo chief, and I just, got rid of the nasty blue parts. I added some lighting and stuff, and all that other good stuff. Then we have, oh, we don't speak about him. Let's just move on. Then we have some of the movie characters from like 2018 that I didn't really get to work on. It's not like I'm canceling these. Okay, so let's just go. This one's different from these two. So this one's Clint. That one's Wes. They're both part of a well, it's not really a series, but it's just a standalone movie called Project Wellington, not final name. But yeah, Wellington's a ship, which I'll get to later. I have a mini set of it. And this one, didn't really have a name for him. I just called him the Stranger. Kind of Billy Joel-esque, I guess. I think he looks okay. It's a yellow Mark 6 with some reach forearms and legs. Came with a, I don't know, like a Colt Python, I guess. From a, oh yeah, it was the Call of Duty pilot figure. The World War II one. Looks pretty nice. And finally, we have some of the other named characters. Mostly just people in the Style Motion Crew Discord server. If you haven't joined that yet, what are you doing here? So, Wyoming, Colin, Will, Rip, Owen with a shovel, Stinger, and Badlax. Yeah, that's the reason he's not over there. Well, anyway, that's all of my figures. Over here, I have all of the named Halo Hero figures that aren't Chief. And Chief. So we have Romeo, DeMarco, the Arbiter, June, the Didact, Thorn, Jerome, Keys, the Rookie, Forge, Emil, George, Cutter, Mercy, the Arbiter, again, Tartar Sauce, and Noble Six. I always like to put them in just funky poses because why not? So that is, in every single figure I could find, all 397 figures that I own, including Spartans, Marines, Covenant, etc. Yeah, I don't really think I need any more either.